What's up, everybody? It's Thursday, August 10th, 2017, and it has been 2,894 days since the U beat FSU in football. Uh, Combining 2 days worth of information today, not a lot at all. I didn't want to stretch it out to 3 days, and then it really becomes really old news. So I thought I'd get it all in here right now. From yesterday, Floyd Mayweather, boxing news. Floyd Mayweather says Conor McGregor has a shot because he has lost a step. He has a shot at beating him because he lost a step. In the technical, from a technical standpoint, Floyd Mayweather is right. Floyd Mayweather is 40 years old. Conor McGregor is 29 years old. Now, granted, Conor McGregor has never boxed in his life. He does. He has experience doing boxing like things, MMA, UFC, whatever you want to call it. The difference is he he can't kick and hold. He won't be able to do that. He can't tackle Floyd to the ground. He's got to go in there, try to hit Floyd, who is bar none the best at not getting hit and hitting people. So it's going to be tough for him to understand that. I think what McGregor's going to try to do is just bull rush him. If he keeps the flurry of trying to hit Mayweather, maybe he can catch him. Or maybe Mayweather gets a little cocky or gets a little careless and gets caught by one. Um, or if Mayweather really tries to fight him and not box him, then that's where you can get caught. I think Floyd learned that early on in his career, or at least in the middle of his career, that hey, he's not going to be in there brawling with people. He's going to be a tactician. He's going to hit you without being hit and win on points. Now you got your naysayers that's like, oh, that's punk way, blah blah blah. It's boxing. Boxing is the ability to hit people without being hit. When somebody say you want to go watch this fight and it's just two people trying to knock each other out, it's not boxing. That's fighting. Might as well take the gloves off. Boxing is supposed to be an art, and the ones who do it great are the ones that hit people without being hit. You can call the greats all you want, hitting people, seeing if they can take it. Doesn't work out well for most of those people where they're just taking hits, and even though they're giving it, in the long run, that's it. Even Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson took a couple of hits, but the question was, hey, Mike Tyson's like, I'm going to hit you. His job isn't to get hit. His job is to hit you and see if you can take it, and that's how he was. But anyway, I'm not going to argue the art of boxing because everybody has a different opinion about it as well, believe it or not. Um, but at the end of the day, Floyd Mayweather may have a point. He's lost a step. He's going to be the slower. He's not as fast as he was. He could get careless. He's also been almost 2 years out of the game. I think November of 2015 was his last fight. So come August 26th, it's just 2 months short of 2 years. Uh, so McGregor will probably be faster. He may even be stronger when you're talking about from a pound for pound standpoint. He can be stronger. What Floyd has benefit of is that this guy has never fought before. So he's going to struggle. He's going to get a little agitated. He's going to get little bit. He's going to have a problem with trying to hit somebody who makes it his business to not get hit. And everybody want to say Floyd runs. No, Floyd will hit you and he steps back. His job is to not get hit. You can call it running, but his job is to not get hit, and he hits people. So you can't win fights if you're not hitting people. If you're running and you're not hitting anybody, that's how you don't win fights. He's winning fights, it's because he's hitting people and not getting hit. Anyway, it should be pretty interesting. That's the reason why I thought a while back that this could be a risk-taking fight. I don't think Floyd had anything to gain from it except for the nine-figure paycheck that he will be able to sign. Other than that, I didn't think there was anything else he had to gain from it. Being a guy who probably, a lot of people say shouldn't be in the ring with him, never fought before, probably doesn't even have that temperament or that discipline to box. So it'll be interesting. But I think it could go the distance because Floyd doesn't have that power to knock him out. He's never really been that type of person to try to knock people out. So I would be surprised if McGregor got caught with one. Well, I'd be surprised if McGregor got knocked out. Could he get caught with one? Yeah. because he's going to go in there and he's going to be reckless about it. So, nevertheless, we'll see what happens. August 26th, I won't see the fight, but believe me, I'll have my synopsis of what happens after that. Major League Baseball has decided they're going to have nicknames on the back of the jerseys weekend. I think it's kind of dumb. Just an opportunity to sell jerseys. So I won't be buying it. So I just wanted to mention that because I thought it was pretty interesting. Um, Yesterday, Devonta Freeman, running back for the Atlanta Falcons, signed a 5-year, $41.25 million contract 22 with the Falcons. Atlanta Falcons, $22 million is reportedly is what's guaranteed. He won't see the end of the 5-year contract. The good thing is he gets $22 million guaranteed. If you divide it by 2, if it's 2 years, then that's 11 million a year. If it's 3 years, it's still 7 point something million a year. Still a very good deal. It made him from at least the 41.25 million, the total amount of the contract. It made him the highest paid running back in the NFL. Of course, Le'Veon Bell is on a franchise agreement. He's been franchise tagged, and if he has a good year this year, he will probably surpass Devonta Freeman with no problem. He probably should already pass Devonta Freeman just because I think he's the best running back in the league. He's just got to stay off the weed and he's got to stay on the field. Currently, right now, he is holding out. Not holding out, but he has yet to sign his franchise tender, which just basically means he's holding out because he doesn't want to go through the practice, whatever. He just wants to be as fresh as he can for the playoffs. I mean, for the regular season. I think part of that also is you take a risk because if you haven't been in game mode, or at least in practice, that's where you can pull a hammy or something can happen to you when you get out there. So I expect him to sign that franchise within the next week or two. So he may get into a preseason game or two and be ready to roll. His franchise tag is $12.12 million. So from that standpoint, at least for this year, he is the highest paid running back. But I think he's just doing it for rest and not have to go through the other stuff. What was funny, and I can go ahead and tag onto this, is the GM says he has nothing to gain from it. Le'Veon Bell is gaining what he wanted from it. That's not to go through the whole practices and go through all that. He wants to just chill out and relax as much as he can and then be ready to roll probably 2 weeks before the season starts. So give him another week or two, and he will sign that franchise tender. He's not going to pass a $12 million period. He's not holding out. There's nothing else they can do. The Steelers can do unless they're going to sign him to a new contract, which they're not going to do now. They're going to give him his $12.1 million, and if he has a great season, probably put him around the $10 million mark. A year mark, and maybe get some get some guaranteed money in that. But that is it. The Steelers aren't gonna, they're not gonna put all their eggs in a basket with one season left. When clearly he's had problems. Last year he wasn't healthy the whole season, and he had I think he missed some games because of his affinity for weed. So we'll see how that goes. Last on Devonta Freeman, there were some critics talking about whether this was a bad idea for him to sign the contract. That's the first time I've ever heard somebody say this is probably a bad idea, considering if he had held out to not sign it, then everybody say it would be a bad idea for him to hold out. It's always critics, no matter whether you do or you don't. You're damned if you do, damned if you don't. Unfortunately, this is the day and age that we live in where everybody criticizes everything. The man wanted a contract. He got a contract. He got $22 million basically up front. It's guaranteed. If he's happy with it, I'm happy with it. Everybody was criticizing it. It's dumb. I don't think Devonta Freeman is the best running back in the league. So him being now paid as the best running back in the league, it's a great thing for him. You take it while you can. But when they say contract for $41.25 million, when we're talking about the NFL, ain't nothing guaranteed but that guaranteed money. I'd be surprised if Devonta Freeman sees that. It lasts that entire contract with the Falcons. And that's just because I don't trust the owners and teams to do that. Other football news, a 16-year-old high schooler was killed in New York carrying a log as a football drill. I think him and 4 or 5 of his other teammates were carrying the log, and I guess the log got too heavy, and they said the log was as big as a tree, and it fell on him, and he was pronounced dead at a hospital. All I got to say is, come on, high school coaches, you're not creating gladiators out there. There's no guarantee that those are football players out there, but I don't think you need to be carrying anything that resembles a tree. High schoolers at 16 years old carrying anything that resembles a tree, so you can prove you've got men on your team or guys who got heart. There's no reason for him to be carrying that. It was dumb. So because it was dumb, I hope you guys get what you deserve for having these guys, having that student carrying that tree like that. I'm pretty sure you won't see that tree anymore um, in football drills. Um, Lastly, just to let you guys know, I won't have a lot of information concerning the NFL, at least the games themselves, because right now, as I mentioned a long time ago, I am boycotting the NFL until someone hires Colin Kaepernick. You've heard me rant before about about my beef with how they're treating Colin Kaepernick. Uh, Again, this is not for debate. I'm not going to deliberate it again now. All I'm saying is that uh, if Colin Kaepernick doesn't play this year, then I won't see any football this year. If he does play this year, then I will watch football accordingly. Any information or updates I give you about it is based upon what I've seen on the news. So that will be it. So we'll go from there. Some people say, well, you're still going to watch highlight shows or whatever. Yeah, yeah, I'm going to. Um, and my thing is with people trying to be like telling me how I should boycott. That's exactly the reason why we have this problem with why people have this problem with Colin Kaepernick right now. They tried to tell him how to protest what he was protesting instead of focusing on what he was actually protesting on. So if I'm sitting here boycotting the NFL, I don't need you to tell me how I should boycott it. How am I boycotting it? I'm not watching any live NFL football. Simple as that. You got to beef with that. That's on you. So um, that'll be my situation. So anything that you hear from me on here is anything that I have not seen and that I might have witnessed through uh, shows or news shows that gives me an update on the football games. I will try not to watch any highlights. I don't necessarily need them, and I play fantasy football. Fantasy football is just about numbers. I can just go online and see how somebody did numbers wise, and I've been playing fantasy football for a long time, so I don't think that'd be a problem for me. So I don't really need to see any highlights to do anything like that. Some people say, well, why are you playing fantasy football? Well, all the leagues that I'm playing in, I created them. And I think it's fair. I think it's only fair that I play in the leagues because of the fact that all those people that play in my leagues, they play because of me. And I don't like it when nobody plays in my league, so I don't have a problem playing in the league. And anyway, I like to see how well I play without seeing any ounce of football. So there you have it. Some people say, well, why don't you boycott all the sponsors concerning football? Well, Verizon's a sponsor. Should I cut off my phone service? If I had DirecTV, should I cut off my cable? Whatever other things that they sponsor. People want to tell you how you should protest. If you're not protesting, then you mind your business. Otherwise, you don't need to tell me how to protest. So, thought I'd go ahead and get that out of the way. What have I been doing in my spare time since I don't watch football? Glad you asked. Been watching baseball. My Angels still up and down, of course. They did take 2 or 3 from Baltimore, and they got the Mariners. I think a 4-game set against the Mariners, and I think they're winning today so far. They haven't won, but they're winning. But I've also been watching the IAAF World Track and Field Championships in London, and it's been very good, very good. And I've watched pretty much all the events, and they do a recording of it in the evening that I watch on the Olympic Channel. Watch the Olympic Channel, very good thing right there. So I've been able to fill my time with that. Now, with that being gone after this weekend, then it'll probably just be baseball, maybe some CFL, some Canadian Football League. I'll do that, and then of course college football will be here in about 3 weeks. So I'll be fine there. So really, it's like anything else you do. Once you get away from it, after a certain amount of time, you don't miss it. So I'll be fine. So we'll go from there. Otherwise, that's my spill for today. If anything happens over the weekend, believe me, I'll bring it to your attention. Otherwise, make sure you take care of yourself. God bless everybody. And free Colin Kaepernick. Peace.